Hey everybody, Jeremy here, back on the eBike, the Lectric XP, and in this video I want to give you my impressions of these new handlebars that I just put on here that I got on Amazon, a company called Sunlite. And I got these for maybe a little bit over $20, and I installed these yesterday. Pretty easy to do if you're a little bit worried about swapping out your handlebars because maybe you don't want to mess any of the electronics up or anything like that. Let me assure you, that's not going to happen. You don't have to fiddle with any of the wires. You don't have to disconnect anything. All you have to do is basically loosen the brackets that are holding down your brakes, the main display, the control thing, the shifters. They just have little like Allen bolts on them. Get yourself a full set of Allen keys, Allen wrenches, and you just loosen them up and they can slide right off the bar. So you don't have to fiddle with any electronics. But anyway, I got these handlebars because they're much longer than the stock handlebars that came on the first bike, Lectric XP. I forget the exact millimeters, but I want to say that they were maybe around 575 millimeters or something like that, which is quite short, very short. And with the Lectric XP 2.0, they made those handlebars longer. I think those might be around like 630. These Sunlite ones are about 698 millimeters across. So that means you have a lot more space to put accessories. I'm going to show you what I got on this bike in a second. But in addition to having more room for accessories, it also gives you better control of the bike, because with those very narrow handlebars, it was very like almost like a kick scooter. And if you wanted to get around tight corners and whatnot, it was always a little bit iffy. I felt like I didn't have as much control as I wanted to. But with longer bars like these, you afford yourself more control over this bike, especially if you're going a little bit faster. As you know, this can get up to 28 miles per hour in ideal conditions. But let me show you exactly how long these handlebars are. Find ourselves a good space to park, and hopefully I'll be able to let the kickstand down without the bike falling over. This is a very hilly area out here. All right, that should do it. So you look at it from right here, you might not be able to tell that much of a difference between the old handlebars and the new handlebars, but trust me, they are longer. As far as the accessories that I have on here, here's a look at the other side. Half knee rear view mirror. This one is secured with a clamp. I know that a lot of people have the bar end mirrors, but I didn't feel like cutting through the grips or getting new grips to put on a bar end mirror. So anyway, little remote control here to control this light in the back, as blinkers on it, and as you can see, that one right there is flashing red. My phone holder, and then just the display. That's all I have on here. But look at how much additional room that I have. This phone mount is actually kind of bulky. I can just get like a quad lock bicycle mount and put that right there to save more space. And then I also have space right here for more stuff. And I have all this right here for more stuff. So you can put a fair amount of accessories on here. You want to put a bell right there? It's all good. You can put a bell right there. So let's see what else. Switching it out was really quite easy. Once you get all of these off of the bar, see if there's a bolt right there, and there's another bolt on the other side that you just have to loosen up. And then once you loosen that up, these here come right off. It just slides right through the bracket. You put the other one on, tighten everything back down, and you are good to go. I didn't mess with anything else. This is still the same. This is still the same. I will say though that depending on what kind of bars that you get, you're probably not going to have a problem with the amount of slack that you have in this wire being able to put everything back over the bars, though you might have to lower your handlebars a little bit if yours is up kind of high, just so that you can get everything on there easily and you don't feel like you're stretching the cables. You don't want to feel like you're about to break something. But yeah, those are the handlebars, and so far I must say I dig them. I truly do dig them. Because like I said, you get finer control over what you're doing. One thing that I would recommend though, if you're getting these new handlebars, is when you tighten them down, make sure that they are nice and tight. Once you tighten down these bars and you put all the other accessories on the bike, go back and retighten everything again. That's something that I didn't do sufficiently, and after riding around for maybe about a mile, hitting some light bumps, these handlebars started to shift forward and back, which is extremely dangerous. So even if you have to apply a little bit of like blue Loctite on it, just to make sure that those bolts stay secure, you don't even have to take the bolts all the way out in order to slide the new bar on. But if you just want to be a little extra sure, you can take them all the way out, apply some blue Loctite, and put them right back in there. Be able to and cinch them down good and tight so that they don't shift. And also, just to be on the safe side, carry with you a pair or a set of Allen wrenches. So, just in case things get loose, you'll be able to stop where you are and you'll be able to fix it. As far as the way that they feel, just coming around here, these bars, they feel good. They move my arms further apart, which I love. And then they're also up more. So I feel like I'm more in an upright position, which I know many people who have this bike, they want to be more upright because it makes them more comfortable. It helps out their back, their lower back. And then it also helps to relieve pressure on your hands. Because one thing that I noticed with the old bars was that after a while, my right hand will start to hurt. It will start to cramp a little bit. And I thought that maybe that was because I was maybe gripping the handlebars too tightly. That's a symptom of, the death grip. So I would consciously not grip the handlebars so much, but it wouldn't help. And it was only on my right hand. It wasn't on my left hand. So it's something about my posture, something about how these handlebars or the old handlebars were that wasn't agreeing with me personally. Hey, check that out. Can you guys see that real quick? There's that little box right there across the street. It's one of those boxes where you can take a book and leave a book, and people around can just go and take a book and read it. They can leave a book of their own, like one of those community sharing kind of things. I think that's kind of cool. All right, but anyway, back to the handlebars. It just feels overall more secure, to get around. So I got more range of motion. I don't feel it's cramped. It takes more movement to make substantial movement. So like with the smaller bars, you can just move them a tiny bit, and it would make for a pretty significant movement. But on these, you have a little more say, margin of error. And that is fantastic. So far, I'm really liking these bars. It certainly doesn't seem like you have to go out and spend a lot of money on a set of handlebars. Just make sure that the handlebars that you get for this bike, that you get the correct size for them. You're going to see some handlebars that are like 31.6. That's basically the point where you secure it to the bike, and you don't want that. That's too big. The size that you want is going to be 25.4. That's what you want, not 31.6 or any other variant of. You want 25.4. That's the clamp. That's the clamping size that you're going to need all the time. So no matter what bars you get for this bike, at least for the 1.0 version, it needs to be 25.4. You do that and you're golden. You just got to decide what size you want for your handlebars, what size you want your handlebars to be. You do that and you're golden. But anyway, yeah, real quick, that's just my first impressions or my review or whatever of these Sunlite mountain bike handlebars attached to the Lectric XP version 1.0. You're looking for longer handlebars, either it's for an e-bike or any other kind of bike, you should definitely check these out. They're cheap, and if you don't like them, you can always return them. Great thing about Amazon, right? So that is it, you guys. There is a cat, and I'm just going to continue to ride. So thank you all so much for watching. So next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.